So this is a video I try to make for a very long time, and I'm just gonna make it tonight. It's about 12. It's almost 1 a.m. over here in Australia. The background is different. I'll get to the background in a few videos. There's so many things coming your way, and also I'm really excited to report back. I don't really talk about a lot of my life on this channel, and I don't want to give you the impression that this is simply like a talking head just talking about ideas 24/7. But I want to make it personable. I want to take you guys along for the ride. So this is not clickbait. This entire video is going to be about me talking about my recent rejection with my PhD. So I applied back in October, and the deadline was the 31st of October. So I applied, and after going on vacation from the 16th of November, and I was back near the 18th of December. So after a month away on vacation, so during the vacation on the 6th of December, I received an email with the tagline, updates for your application, hashtag, and it was the application number. And the email started with, "We appreciate your interest in applying for a position at the University of Melbourne." And I just kind of knew that I didn't get in. So context, I applied with straight A grades for my last year of my honors year, and I had a thesis that had a really solid mark in a high distinction margins, and I had recommendations. As a part of my YouTube career, I've accumulated a lot of amazing references, and I put those references to work. And I had a lot of amazing people who were willing to vouch for me to be a part of this program, yet I still got rejected from the university for a PhD candidacy. So, needless to say, I was a little bit bummed out. So I remembered when I was on vacation, it was at this like nice little hotel, not close to the Great Wall of China, but it was in Beijing, and I was there with my partner. Where we just finished a hike at the Great Wall, and we climbed some of the unrestored sections of the Great Wall. So we were absolutely destroyed, and the only thing that was keeping me from like just collapsing into bed and never get up ever again was the anxiety of waiting for this application outcome. So I received the rejection email, and to my surprise, I was bummed maybe for 10 minutes. But after those 10 minutes, I felt rather good about it. It just felt like a huge weight's been lifted off of my shoulders. And for the first time, maybe in a long time, maybe you've also experienced some of the recent subtle shifts in my content. I was excited about exploration again. I was excited about, doing all the stuff that I'm already doing on YouTube. Because for the longest time, if you haven't noticed this, I was always doing YouTube alongside university. So I pursued my honors here, I think at the end of 2023, midway through 2023, and I finished my honors here midway through 2024. I submitted my thesis and sort of just spent the rest of 2024 writing up my application for this PhD. So I've always had university alongside this YouTube channel. So this is probably why sometimes my content could feel a little bit withdrawn, because I don't really talk that much about myself or what I'm working on, what I'm up to. And I think it's good to start building that skill up, to start documenting the journey instead of always just jamming ideas down you guys' throats. And I feel like taking you guys along for the ride is very important. So anyway, that rejection email, it felt like a new beginning. After 10 minutes of getting bummed about it, I just felt like for the first time, it's like, this is my chance to go all in on whatever this is. This is the whole point of why I'm doing what I'm doing. The original intention, when I started to go to university, when I took this channel along with me, and when I still continue to make videos alongside university, was to share what I've learned from my degree with you guys. So that a lot of you guys who couldn't afford an English degree, or for whatever reason, you really want to know more about philosophy and literature, you can't do that for free as a part of my channel. So that's been the original intention. But somehow I think it's the same with careers like investment banking. No offense to investment bankers, or starting off a money laundering scheme at the back of an Italian restaurant. These career tracks are slippery slopes, and academia is no different. If you are someone who enjoys toying with ideas, and you are given the freedom and the space and sometimes even funding to do that, it becomes very difficult to resist that kind of temptation. And then sometimes you kind of drop draw up this kind of devil's deal, a deal with the devil. So it's like, I'm willing to put up with the bureaucracy. I'm willing to put up with the people that I potentially don't like, but please secure me a position in the academy, right? Please give me a PhD candidacy. And I think the reason why I still got rejected after having quite solid credentials is because, well, the university just simply ran out of funding. And it was a very tight, it was a very competitive year. A lot of people were going after probably two PhD candidacies in the entirety of the English faculty at the University of Melbourne. So it's been a really tough sort of tough environment where it is a bit dog eat dog. Instead of like everyone coming together to share ideas, sometimes it does feel quite cutthroat. And so I sort of I geared up to apply for it, and I was kind of at the back of my mind, I kind of knew that this would not end well, or at least I knew even if I did get in, I wouldn't really enjoy the process as much because that would be turning my back on the original intention of starting my life's work, which is to make literary education available to everyone, which is to discuss the techniques of reading and to use my ability for research to getting to some of the difficult books that I can then translate into digestible language for my audience. That's been the original intention. It has never ever been to sit behind a desk like a bureaucrat and to lecture from a position of like, now I've arrived at this expert position. But it has always been a weird kind of journey, or like a hybrid of a documentary and sort of like teaching what I know. So as I'm learning about all of this stuff, as I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of literature and reading is in our lives, I'm also documenting all of this stuff as a part of my YouTube channel, as a part of my newsletter, as a part of everything that I'm about to work on in the future. That's been the original intention. And the original intention has always been to connect with you guys, to know what you're thinking, and to produce content that are going to really help you guys out, to breed a bit of hope in potentially dark times. So every time I make a video, I'm imagining someone who was probably like me, who found some consolation in literature, but on this channel, we're trying to take you above and beyond that initial dose of consolation. We want you to take reading and writing into powerful weapons that you can use later in life to create an amazing life. To still have that dimension of contemplation, dimension of thinking for yourself, dimension of exploring fascinating stories and all these inspiring things that literature and that reading and writing will enable you to do. That's been the original intention. Has never ever been to play into the narrative of somehow these beautiful books, these beautiful poetry, these beautiful poems and these beautiful plays should be locked or should be kept behind the closed doors of academia. That to me is betraying everything I knew. But nevertheless, I think the slippery slope got to me, and I started to talk about some quite obscure things. And playing those videos back, I'm like, this might benefit one or two people, but I'm like, that is way too niche. And that's why those videos typically don't do that well. And I think in the future, I'm going to invest a lot more time into doing research and condense them into highly actionable techniques and tips that you can take away with you tomorrow and start practicing. Start bettering your life with reading and writing. And also, I'm really interested to discover new techniques and new theories to help us make sense of the role of reading in the 21st century. With the emergence of AI, with the emergence of all these digital tools that we have access to, with the emergence of audiobooks, what is the role of reading still? Does it even have a role? Is there a better way to learn? And what is the role of writing in the age of AI writing and prompts and all that stuff? How do we make sense of this art of reading and writing in our digital age and in the age of AI? These are all potential questions that I want to look into. And I think this rejection is a blessing in disguise because it's only going to enable me to dedicate more time to go off and to discover these things for myself and to immediately package them into insights and things that could really help you guys out. That's been the original intention, not to sit behind some closed doors, behind a veil of some official accreditation. But I'm not denying the possibility of returning to graduate school in a few years' time. But for now, we're gonna go on a wild ride, and I'm really excited to take you guys with me. And we're gonna go on a pretty interesting journey of discovering rabbit holes to see where they'll lead to. And I'm really excited to announce more projects that are coming your way. And I'm about to embark upon one of the biggest trips of my life to Oxford in about a month. And I'm super excited to share that journey with you guys. And if you want to know more about that journey, I covered it in the last, in episode 12 of my podcast, which you can check out in a video description down below. Anyway, that's all I want to cover. So that's, I've been rejected, officially rejected from my PhD program, but that means I have more time now to really focus on producing quality content packed full of insights for you guys. Anyway, Rob Malden here. Hope you guys are having a great day, great evening, wherever you are. And I want you to take care and goodbye.